When we talk about the apparitions of Our Lady to the 3 young people in Fatima, we of course need to put that in the context of Mary as revealed in the scriptures and in the faith over the centuries of the Church. And so we see Mary as indeed the first among the great communion of saints. Special place though. She is the mother of Jesus, the mother of God, the mother of the Church, the queen of the apostles, the first disciple. And so it's that whole sense that Mary is one of us, one with us in that journey that is ours towards Jesus and towards our salvation in God's love. And it's interesting that the apparitions of Mary, whether it be Fatima or Guadalupe or Lourdes, often arrive at times when there is special suffering by the people. Fatima, 1917, it would be, of course, in the middle of the Great War. It would be with the rise of nationalisms and Bolshevism. Much suffering in the world. And so she comes and appears to 3 simple little children. And the message is before anything else, as it's in all of the apparitions, I am with you. Have confidence in God's love. And so she invited the children to pray the rosary, to offer up their daily sorrows and sacrifices for peace at that time, and for the conversion of sinners, which is all of us, but especially that the reign of God might indeed come into the world, in a world that at that time had many signs of the exact opposite of the power of sin. And she called to trust, to prayer, to sacrifice for God's reign. Whenever we celebrate a 100th anniversary, it's always a call, of course, to look back and to give thanks to God for that incredible grace of those apparitions and all of the prayer that has flowed from those apparitions, from the messages. It's also a time to look at our own situation. Our world still has many areas where peace is not present. We can think of Syria, we can think of parts of Africa. And so we need to continue praying and offering up our lives, our acts of love, our sacrifice, offering all to God that peace might come into this world. And there is still in our world very much that would say we don't need God, that we can do it on our own. We are masters of our fate and of our world. And we aren't. All is gift. And we need to turn to God in confidence and in humility and readiness to conversion, to change of heart, so as to let God and in His ways revealed in His Son Jesus Christ become ever more of our part of our life. So to remember the apparitions and give thanks to God for them, to consider our present position, our present way we are, and to look forward to the future, entrusting that into God's hands through the intercession of Mary, with Mary in her prayer. And so on May 13th, we're going to be gathering at Holy Cross, people of that parish, but people from throughout the whole of the city, and I trust even beyond, to celebrate that anniversary. But it's more than just like celebrating a birthday and sort of remembering. It's really, again, taking stock in our faith of the meaning and message of the apparitions of Our Lady of Fatima, to also think of Mary's place in our lives, How can we prepare for this? Well, because it was so much about peace, prayer for peace, that we think in our family relationships, in our community, all the places that reconciliation is needed, that healing and the asking of forgiveness and granting of forgiveness, that we be peacemakers. Christ has said, "Blessed are the peacemakers." And so that our prayer that day will obviously be for peace in our world, in the hearts of all, within all families, communities, and especially in war-torn countries. And that can only come about by a conversion, by a change of heart in the way we see God, in the way we see our brothers and sisters, in the way we see our lives. So to prepare for it, to pray the rosary, to sacrifice, to indeed think of where our charity can be greater, our almsgiving, our support can be greater. All of those things, what we've just lived through Lent, that be the journey that also brings us to this wonderful celebration on the 13th of May.